Okay. Then I nak share screen.
Dah start.
I'm sharing screen
Dah share screen dah.
Okay. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Boleh?
Yes.
Alright. But before that, I want to explain to you the teaching plan. So I want to explain to you the teaching plan. So basically, with the MCO or PKP, when it first started, we agreed that we're going to, most of us are going to convert the final exam to continuous assessment, you know? So that means there's no final exam. So the 50% or 60% final exam will be turned into things like a quiz. So we're going to do 2 quizzes. One is on 5th of May, and the second one is on 17th of June. So that's 20%, 10% each. This quiz will be online, so I have to learn how to do an online quiz. We also will be having a midterm exam, which is also online. That is on the week of Tuesday or Thursday, 19/5. 19 May. 19 May, there'll be a midterm exam. And it's an open book midterm exam. Okay. Another change, final exam 40%. This one is no final exam now, continuous assessment. So you will do a group presentation, a group video presentation. But basically, I think because Microsoft Teams is a very, very nice platform. And yesterday we had a tutorial with your seniors, year 3. And yeah, they managed to share screen with me so they could show their PowerPoint and they describe their PowerPoint. So I think that is enough for us to do a group presentation online. Meaning of your group, you will pick a draw, undi siapa yang kena present. Lepas tu orang tu present. Jadi semasa dia present, dia akan tunjukkan PowerPoint yang you all sama-sama sediakan. Lepas tu, saya tanya soalan, orang lain boleh tanya soalan. Macam biasalah, macam seolah-olah you mengajar, kita semua dengar kan. So I think it's okay, it's better that way. If initially I thought it's a pre-recorded video that you submit, but since we can do the online presentation, then we will do that lah. So you don't submit lah. I will rectify this. You will not submit the group presentation, but we will have a group presentation on the 24th of June. And then if you look at the this part where you submit, so basically yang you buat oral presentation tadi, you are giving me the main points of your language sample analysis. Lepas tu, at the end, after during the final exam period, you will submit the written essay. Written essay is basically a full essay. That means there's an introduction, content, and ending, conclusion. This you will do together among you. And then we'll have and that is 30%. Okay, 30% for the written essay. And then we'll have a peer evaluation of 5%. So basically, the course evaluation, if you look at it now, this column is the previous, before the MCO or PKP. and this is the new one. So you can see the difference in the distribution of the marks. Yeah. Okay. And then we look at the class schedule. Okay, so basically before the PKP, we had 4 classes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hillary, if you want to count, there were some that I missed. But at the end, we want to see whether the missed hours were made up lah. Tapi I think we did do a 4 times class meeting. Okay, and then just before the I did a pre-recorded lecture. So that is class 5 on categories of speech, okay? And then we have the midterm break. So today is the class number 6 lah. Okay, so then we proceed 6, 7, 8, and then class 9 is the midterm exam. 10, 11, 12 is the quiz, and the last class is movement lah, which is on the 24th of 6th. So you might think, how can we present the video if the lecture is not finished, right? You can opt not to show the movement, but you can do the rest. Or you want to read up the movement and then you want to include the movement, that's okay. I will not penalize you if you don't have the movement, because on the 24th too, we need to do the presentation. Okay. Well, the one problem that I find is that I didn't have the time to actually give you the textbook that I'm going to use for the syntax. So I would probably scan for you the chapters that you need to have in order to understand the discussion lah. Okay. Is there anything? If you want to say something, you can on your mic. Is it reasonable to? I think it's. Do you think it's reasonable to have the presentation group on the 24th of 6th? So that is about a month or so time. I think it's worst comes to worst, you present your morphology part, you know, and some of the initial syntax part. But if you are enthusiastic about it, you can even go into the movement part.
Doctor, may I know
the
24/6 group presentation too will be presenting parts of our written essay, is it? The language sampling?
You're presenting parts of your assignment, parts of your analysis.
Okay, so it's up to us entirely if we want to, as in like how much of our language sampling we want to present lah.
I think for everyone, you must present your morphology part.
Okay, understood.
And then some of the syntax part that we've done.
Okay.
But if you don't want to, if you feel you're not ready for movement, you don't have to do movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Any more question or query or suggestion? So basically, you are going to present main ideas or main points from your analysis of your language sample. But definitely, it will include the morphology and then some of the syntax. The written essay is basically the whole. I remember I said that you can submit your morphology assignment or submit part of your initially I divided into 2 assignments, isn't it? One is morphology and then one is syntax. then I said that the morphology is due like after midterm. And then the syntax will be due at the end of term, or usually final exam period lah. But then the PKP happened. So now you have not submitted your morphology part lah. So it's up to you. You can if you're ready, you want to submit your morphology part, you can, and then you do your syntax at the end. But if you want to put them together, maknanya the essay will consist of first part is morphology and second part is the syntax. That is also acceptable lah. Okay, so some of you might have finished the morphology part and you want to submit. I don't mind. You can submit the morphology part because that's what we plan, before the PKP. All right. So we will try to make up because this is actually emergency. It's an emergency situation, so not normal. In fact, it's a new normal. So having class online is new normal. Somehow, but it's quite interesting actually. Many new normals in our lives right now. Okay, any more question about this modified version? This is very important for you to know because you need to focus, you need to plan your time, how to, like when you're writing your essay, what you can do is you can use the Google Doc. To write up Google Doc to write up your assignment, and then the person doing the Google Doc, they will invite the team members to input parts in the assignment lah. So you're doing the assignment together online, and when you're editing, you can see the essay getting more structured. Ada banyak isi, semakin you isi lah. And then you need to appoint or some people has to be ada orang jaga morphology. So the morphology part tu orang yang jaga tu dia akan pastikan yang bahasanya okay. I mean you try to divide the task lah, but knowing the circumstances is emergency and we are all learning. It's a learning curve for everyone. So I'm not expecting that it's perfect lah. I never expect perfect, but I mean in a normal situation lah. So as long as you give me the basic, we'll be okay lah. As long as you follow what I say in terms of what I need for you to do lah. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah.
Saya nak tanya, kalau kan kita kan patutnya yang dekat dalam ni Dr. 20 Mei boleh hantar yang morfologi tu kan?
Ya.
Yeah. Lepas tu kita 20, so contohnya kalau hantar dekat Dr. yang morfologi, minta Dr. check untuk presentation on 24 hari bulan 6 ni, boleh tak Dr? Boleh betulkan balik tak?
Sebenarnya saya malas nak I malas nak cakap you can submit to me for me to check because I have so many things to do to check. So if I do to one group, I have to do to every group, and I don't think I have the time lah. But I can give you a PDF of yang I tunjuk kat you dalam kelas the previous assignment from previous cohort. I'll make it a PDF and then you can see how they do and you just follow that way.
Okay, so maksudnya once submitnya morphology tu doktor terus ambil lah. So itu yang kita akan present on 26 tu. 26.
Tak semestinya. Macam saya cakap tadi kan, kalau katakan you must include beginning part of syntax. The morphology tu memang kena masuk. Tapi syntax ni like subcategorization, macam kita dah belajar pasal categories. Lepas tu kita dah belajar pasal drawing, subcategory frames, content words, functional words. So I expect you to have it in your assignment lah. Merge tu maksudnya kita gabungkan fraza-fraza tu jadi ayat. So that one pun I think should be in. But it's the movement part. Movement part tu taking ayat seperti ayat tanya atau ayat pasif yang digunakan oleh kanak-kanak itu, dan terangkan dari segi prosesnya. That one I think I can give some leeway in terms of kalau you nak buat okay, kalau you tak nak buat pun okay lah. Okay. So so dari segi itulah. So not only just morphology but some of the syntax.
Okay,
Alright.
thank you Dr.
Okay. So sekarang kita nak mula kita punya lecture.
Doktor,
Ya.
Doktor nak tanya next week punya quiz kan ialah test kita punya POS je kan? Part of speech. Is it or got?
That's one lecture, but the previous lectures, the four.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Okay.
Ah,
Understand. Thank you,
alright.
Doctor.
Okay.
Doctor, in Malay or English?
It's in English. We are doing the course in English, but if you answer in Malay, that's okay.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah. Okay, so now actually we have come to the second part of the course, which is syntax. So we sort of talked about the what is morphology, kan? Morphemes, free morphemes, bar morphemes, and what are words? So words are a combination of morphemes. So kita ada root word, kita ada derived word, kata akar dan kata terbitan, and then kita ada process morphology, pengimbuhan. I think I touch on pengimbuhan. Did I touch on compound words, kata majmuk? I'm not sure about that. So and then I talk about categories of speech. That one was quite intensive. In a sense, what happened was when we give lectures in class or now, we beef up the PowerPoint with examples from our own examples, kan? So you can see that the difference between the pre-recorded lecture just before the PKP, when I had to do the pre-recorded, I had to redo the slides. I had to put in more examples because I don't have you, kan? I don't have you to explain and to discuss. So it's a different PowerPoint actually. It's more detailed in that sense. So that is the. But I'm happy that now we have Microsoft Team and we can actually do lectures just like face to face but online. So I don't have to. So the PowerPoint is just like if you are in the class physically lah. Okay. So so now we've come to syntax, and syntax is more about structure, intuition about structure. So when we talk about what is the intuition about syntactic structure, so we say there are two types of intuition. One is intuition about how sound sequences are structured into successively larger structural units called constituents. Sound sequences basically is the word, so the words are the sound and the combination of sounds. So sound sequences, so each word are then combined into phrases. So we have the word level, and then we have the phrases, and then we have the sentence. So it is successively beginning with the word, we join them together, it becomes, how do you say? It becomes a phrase, and then it becomes a sentence. So we as a speaker, we know about this. We know about this hierarchy because we use sentences, utterances all the time. Sometimes we use one word, sometimes we use a few words like phrases, and sometimes we use a full sentence. So we have knowledge, we have intuition about how sound sequences are structured into bigger structure units. And when we say that, we know what works and what doesn't work. So if I say baju merah itu, saya suka baju merah itu. So we know, if we know Malay, we know that that is the accepted hierarchy. So suka, lepas tu ada baju, so the object is baju, and then yang merah itu modify the baju. Jadi baju yang merah itu ialah objek kepada kata kerja suka. Kita tahu tu. Jadi bila kita dengar orang cakap, saya baju yang merah itu suka, katakan. Kita macam, so kita ada satu intuisi yang mengatakan, that's not right. That's not how Malay structure their sound sequence, you know. Ataupun suka baju merah itu saya. That's also not a normal sequence for Malay. So our knowledge about the Malay language gives us the weapon or give us the tool to say whether something that we hear is grammatical or not, is acceptable or not. Does it follow the normal rules? Yeah. So that's one kind of intuition, that when we hear something, we're able to give judgment about yang baju yang merah itu saya suka, that's okay. Tetapi suka baju merah itu saya, itu that's not okay. Sometimes we have the intuition, but we don't know why. I just feel that it's not accepted. I just feel it's not grammatical, but I really don't know why, katakan. That's okay, because at least you have the intuition. So the second intuition is about whether particular sets of constituents, for example, structure units, belong to the same category or not. Maknanya, we look at a sentence and we are able to say or to in our head decide yang mana belong together. So for example, the sentence, the boy must seem incredibly stupid to that girl. So kalau kita dapat ayat ni, we read the sentence, sebenarnya in our sentence comprehension in our mind, we sort of, if we know, for example, English, we know, if we read the sentence and we know the meaning, that means we automatically, kita dah buat the clumping, the grouping. We know that the boy is one group. And then must seem incredibly stupid is another group. And then to that girl is another group. So 3 big groups in this sentence. So the boy is one group, which is the subject. And then must seem incredibly stupid is the predicate, which is an adjectival predicate, because of stupid is the adjective. And then to that girl is a prepositional phrase. Yeah. So to that girl is actually optional. You can stop the sentence at the boy must seem incredibly stupid, full stop. And the sentence is meaningful. Boleh stand on its own, can understand. But we proceed to do to that girl. So to that girl is actually optional lah. Yeah? So if we know the language, we know this. So the work of people who study syntax, syntactician, speech language pathology students is, why is it that they are a group? Why? What are the evidence that it is a group lah? Okay. So tadi kita talk about whether a particular set of constituents, structure units. So this is a noun phrase. The boy must seem incredibly stupid is the adjectival phrase, and then to that girl is a prepositional phrase. So kita dah tahu dah, this is the grouping. So now we further elaborate on that. So intuition about categories. So when we talk about categories, as I've talked to you the last lecture, categories are basically for for the ease of explaining, for the ease of describing, we want to know whether it's a noun or a verb or an adjective or it's a functional word. Because once we know that, we are able to describe better, you know. So intuition about categories is about that. It's just that it has two levels. One is the word level. So the word level is a set of words which share a common set of linguistic properties. So kita dah belajar lecture lepas that if it's a noun, there are certain characteristics that occur with being a noun. So something is a noun because it has a determiner, because it can take on s plural. In Malay, it can take kata bilangan, kata penjodoh bilangan. We've talked about that kan. So these are the things lah, that characteristic that defines what is a verb, what is a noun. So they share a set of words which has a set of linguistic properties. Phrase level is a set of words which share a common syntactic properties. So kalau yang word level yang pertama ni, dia boleh merupakan morphological and syntactic properties. Kita belajar last kuliah that kita tengok kepada perkataan itu sendiri dan juga saya panggil distribution. Which position in a sentence it always occurs, kan? So kalau kita kata nama ni selalu berlaku di kedudukan subjek. Juga boleh berlaku di kedudukan objek. Juga boleh berlaku di kedudukan objek kepada preposition. Kan? So those are the syntactic properties. Okay, then the second intuition about categories is the phrase level. So the phrase level is a set of words which has common syntactic properties. Bila kita cakap syntactic, we get to another level where it has to be a phrase level. So sama ada dia noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase. So it's always at phrase level. And they share certain properties. Nanti kita tengoklah. Alright. So that is why constituency or constituent test is very important. So the big question is, how do we determine what the constituent structure of a given sentence is? Macam mana kita nak tahu apa struktur konstituen dalam ayat yang diberikan? Satu macam saya cakap tadi pada mula lecture, berdasarkan intuition, based on our own intuition. Because our language components are in our brain, and when we hear something, we are actively processing, comprehending. Intuitively kita tahu it is right or wrong, grammatical or not. But intuisi macam tu lah. Intuisi ni macam nuju empat belalang lah. You just macam, I don't know why, but I just know. You know? Like people ask you, why do you say that is ungrammatical? I don't know, but I just know. So that is, yeah. So kita punya another avenue is diagnostic. Maknanya, aside from that feeling, that judgment about right or wrong, grammatical or not, we can use diagnostics. Diagnostics is basically the same as diagnostics in your clinic. Kan bila you year 2, year 2 sem 1 ke or year 1 sem 2 ke, you dah belajar pasal diagnostik kot. Betul tak?
Yes, dah.
Maknanya diagnostik.
dah.
Diagnostik ni macam ujian lah. Apa dia punya ujian yang you nak buat macam tu diagnostik Ada So, okay. Then we come to syntactic competence. Kita apa yang membolehkan kita buat intuisi ni? Kita pergi balik kepada linguistik asas di mana kita mengatakan a native speaker syntactic competence will cover the grammaticality of sentences. Maksudnya syntactic well-formedness. syntactic well-formedness ni maksudnya bentuk struktur, bentuk sintaksis yang sempurna bentuk. Bentuk sintaksis yang sempurna bentuk. Atau bahasa Inggerisnya syntactic well-formedness. Nanti kita akan belajar macam macam saya cakap tadi lah, kalau Melayu baju yang merah itu. So kita ada baju, kepala kita panggil, penerangnya ialah yang merah itu. So selalunya bahasa Melayu penerangnya datang selepas kepala. Itu kira macam syntactic well-formedness lah. Ya? Kesempurnaan bentuk sintaksis. Apa nak cakap ni? Yeah. So yeah. And then kita nak cakap pasal syntactic structure juga. Maknanya dalam satu fraza tu atau dalam satu ayat tu, apa dia punya behavior of the elements in a passive sentence katakan. So passive sentence misalnya baju itu disetrika oleh ibu katakan. Baju itu disetrika oleh ibu. So dalam ayat pasif ni dia macam behavior dia, syntactic structure dia ialah baju itu akan selalu di depan. Tetapi sebenarnya baju itu adalah benda yang kena perbuatan tu kan. So kalau kita susun balik ayat tu, dia jadi ibu mensetrika baju. Tu ayat aktif. Then bila pasif, kita akan bawa objek ke depan. Baju itu disetrika oleh ibu. Jadi struktur sintaksis bagi pasif ialah fraza nama objek ke depan, fraza nama subjek ke belakang. Lepas itu imbuhannya akan berubah menjadi di, imbuhan di, so disetrika. Lepas itu boleh juga ada fraza preposisi oleh. Jadi oleh ibu. Kalau oleh ibu Kalau ayat aktif tadi ibu mensetrika baju. So kita ada ibu subjek mensetrika kata kerja baju objek. Tak ada pun fraza preposisi kan. Tapi bila masuk kepada struktur pasif katakan akan berlaku pergerakan di mana objek ke depan, subjek ke belakang dan subjek itu akan dinaungi oleh fraza preposisi lah, by atau oleh. So our intuition about the passive sentence, our intuition about the questions, ayat perintah dan sebagainya, that is the syntactic structure lah. So kita akan tahu orang yang pandai sesuatu bahasa, dia akan tahu tentang dia akan ada syntactic competence yang mencerminkan grammaticality of the sentence and also the syntactic structure. Ni dah. Any questions so far? Oh, actually first time buat lecture ni kan, it's like because you all listening, jadi macam saya bercakap sendiri kan. Ada soalan tak?
Buat sekarang ni macam tak ada. Macam dia macam dah faham dah sikit.
Dah faham Okay. So I thought I'm going to show you a video of this professor talking about constituency and maybe mana dia tadi? Oh, hilang dah dia.
Tadi nampak dekat Word dekat Chrome ke dekat Microsoft?
Oh, dah hilang dah.
Doctor, may I know, will we be presenting today?
Huh? What are you
Is it-
presenting today?
If I remember correctly, before the MCO started, we were tasked to look for a text or a corpus that has the parts of speech that we were assigned to, and then we had to present about it.
Yeah. I actually kalau kita tengok balik the teaching plan kan, kalau tengok balik penaksiran, there is group work in class. So sebab you dah buat, actually what happened was the class on the 17th tu was supposed to be that class yang you present.
Yes.
Lepas tu because of the tu, I decided to just do it in my lecture.
Okay.
Tetapi sebab you dah buat, you can submit to me, all the groups submit to me, and that will go into the 10% lah of the group work in class.
All
You
right.
all have you written up?
Yeah, we did it in well, for me, my group
Dah.
did it in a presentation slide form.
So you did a PowerPoint.
Yes.
So you can either submit to me the PowerPoint or you can submit to me the Word doc if you have done it in a Word doc lah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Doktor.
Yeah.
Nak submit macam mana? Through iFolio UKM ke?
iFolio, UKM Folio.
Okay.
Dia bukan iFolio, dia UKM Folio.
UKM
So nanti I
Folio.
will open up for you to upload lah after this.
Okay, thank you doktor.
Welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
Alright. What is it just now? Oh, I wanted to find the
Video about the constituency test something?
yeah. Sekejap here it is. This one. Okay. Change. Okay. Share. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
No, the screen just yes, okay.
Doktor boleh besarkan.
Is this the biggest? Okay. I'll play it again. Can you see it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Tapi what happened?
Play doktor.
Yes. Tapi the voice, dengar tak?
No sound.
No, it's not even playing yet.
No. Yes. It's like the screen is froze.
It's playing, but there's no sound.
I kena increase my volume kot. Are you all using headphones?
Yes. Well, I am.
Yes.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Very well.
Okay. Macam mana nak pulang balik ni? Alright. Okay, I'm going to start again. If someone can yeah.
Doctor, it's not moving for, I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone, but mine's not really moving or giving off any sound.
Tak dengar suara.
Oh, tak dengar.
Tak.
I just use my own Chrome to watch the video.
Oh, I see. So can you put Aisha? Can you put the link into the chat?
Okay, sure.
Let me start again.
Dah send dah.
Cool. So everyone copy the link and then you watch on your phone or something, on your computer.
Okay, doktor.
Doctor, I already done watch.
Okay. System 21.
Doktor,
Yeah. Have you
so
finished?
maksudnya, yes. So maksudnya kita buat test ni untuk tahu dia punya structural ambiguity ke?
Tak, itu dia punya tujuan. Sebab kalau kita tahu constituent, kita boleh menyelesaikan masalah ambiguity itulah.
Kenapa ada dua structure?
Kalau ada
So-
dua structure, bila ada dua structure yang confusing, yang membawa dua makna, tak ada, bila ada satu ayat yang membawa dua makna, maka the constituency test is a good way to solve that problem.
Oh, okay.
Jadi misalnya dia cakap tadi, dia kata old man and woman. Old man and woman. Dia kata satu old tu boleh menerangkan man saja. So old man, John saw old man, yang tua tu man. And woman. So woman is open. Can be young, can be old, can be mixed. Tapi yang specific is old man. That's one.
Sorry, doctor, your microphone is mute.
The mute.
Microphone is mute. Okay, jadi jawapan dia ialah kita buat constituency test bukan untuk ambiguity. Tujuan constituency test ni banyak. Salah satu tujuan dia untuk menyelesaikan ambiguity. Kalau ada satu struktur yang ambiguous ni maksudnya dia lebih dari satu makna, maka kita boleh gunakan constituency test to show the different meaning, the different interpretation that it has lah. Jadi tadi dia bagi contoh old. John saw old man and woman. Jadi dia cakap kat situ ada two meanings. One is that all, dia combine dengan men as a group, all men. And then the other reading is that all describe man and woman. Nanti saya dulu ada board tu sekejap. This one. Can you see the board?
Yeah.
Okay. So, look at no. I'll get the Windows app. Open the app. Okay. Kena tunggu dia tu kot. Opening. Internet connection. Oh, right. Saya nak erase ni.
Ada eraser, Doktor. Yang
ni,
warna pink tu. Pensel warna pink.
So, what do I do?
Tekan hijau, lepas tu
Okay.
erase.
Okay. And then I pilih pen
Yes.
Okay, so let's say kita kata all. Men. I'm using my mouse, so. And women. Katakan there's only one woman lah. Oh, sorry. So this is the phrase lah. So dia ada before that. John saw the kot Okay. John saw the old man and woman kan. So we particular but we are looking at this lah basically. Kan. So this is the sentence that we're looking at, and then some people will actually say all refers to the man. Sahaja. Okay. And some people will say no. It actually, so this is number one. So kalau kita nak draw the tree, it will be something like.
Sorry, Doctor, it's empty on my screen.
Why
I'm not sure.
Yeah, saya punya screen dia tulis can't display content.
That means I have to sort it out lah. Maknanya maybe tak ada permission ke benda kan?
Tadi dia tulis whiteboard tu tak ada permission untuk recording.
Oh, okay. So I need to figure that out. So basically, kita pergi kat PowerPoint.
Cuba Doktor lukis dekat PowerPoint. Maybe boleh kot, Doktor.
Desktop. PowerPoint. You nampak tak PowerPoint?
Ya, boleh?
Boleh?
Sekejap, Ya. Komputer saya tengah proses. Alright. Okay. So you can have John saw the old man and woman. So actually, I'll do bracketing, it's easier. So I say John saw, John saw the old man and woman. Jadi maknanya the grouping, the constituent is actually 1A katakan. So the grouping is this, you know. You can have one other where we say John saw the and then old and woman. Jadi nampak tak beza? Itulah kalau kita buat ini, kita akan kata so dia basically panjang sikit. So we will have something like macam ni lah. The old man, and then and then we have a and then insert shapes tadi. This one, we have another one. Dia jadi macam ni. Woman. And so you notice that old is actually modifying man and not the rest of the thing. The other one is where you have shapes. So kalau kita kata yang ini dia old jadi panjang sikit. So you would actually say, okay, we have old, right? Itu dia jadi man and woman. So now the constituent, the grouping, is actually with the grouping is first men and women. Betul tak?
Faham.
Jadi sekarang, oh sorry.
Oh, dah.
So kalau kita lihat, dia punya focus is all modifies what? All modifies what? So in the 1A, all is just modifying the man. And then the second possibility is all is modifying another constituent which consists of men and women. Jadi dia modify men and women. Kalau tadi, the first one, 1A, all is just modifying men. So dia dalam satu grouping, dia satu constituency lah. Kalau yang ini, konstitusinya ialah men and women, and then all is another constituency, all is modifying or explaining, clarifying men and women. So according to Professor Jagan, when we have a sentence like John saw the old man and woman, in itself, it is ambiguous. Jadi sekarang kita nak jelaskan bagaimana dia ambiguous. So then we use the constituency punya concept and test to actually explain to people, to your mom, your dad, your friends, it's like a game. You look at the sentence, how many, what can you say about the sentence, kan? And then they say something, then you say, actually there's two meaning, and then you can explain lah. That one is all is with men, and then the other one is all is modifying men and women. So constituency ni is a good tool to actually help us to determine whether something is in a group or not. In a group means it's a constituent. Itu dia punya, when he first started, he say why? Why do we bother to know about constituency? So the first, actually he answered, he says, it is to explain the structural ambiguities. Dia nak terangkan yang macam ni lah, kan? Lepas tu dia bagi you a few tests, which is non-syntactic test. He talks about sesuatu noun tu dia has a few features, morphological features, like noun tu dia ada number, is it singular or plural? Dia ada gender, is it man or woman or neuter? Dia ada case. So these are the features, and sometimes these features is used to describe the noun. Morphological features to describe the noun. So later we can see that this will be used for your subcat lah. Maknanya kita akan gunakan morphological feature ni untuk menerangkan tentang sesuatu kata. Kenapa kata ni berbeza? Sebab dia punya morphological feature dia pun berbeza. Alright. He actually went over some of the things that we had done, like dia kata apa? Dia kata non-syntactic, morphological, syntactic. Itu kita dah cover dalam lecture yang pre-recorded tu, categories. And then he talked about distribution juga. Kat mana sesuatu bentuk itu berada dalam ayat. So these two distribution, position in the sentence. And then he gives us others that we can use, which is including the test ni lah yang kita bincangkan. Okay, so basically kita nak tahulah, kita nak tahu tentang konsep constituents. Okay, so constituents and linear order. So two notions that we need to distinguish from one another is constituent. So constituent ni basically grouping together to form larger objects. And you can either draw a tree or you can draw brackets like I did just now. So dalam satu ayat tu kita boleh ada a few groupings in the sentence. So but what is the most important question is, who are their neighbours? Kan? So who are their neighbours? So kalau katakan ayat Ali mungkin akan bertanding, this ayat, you notice that I had put Ali separately. Why did I make the decision? Because bila saya ambil Ali dan saya cuba gabung dengan mungkin, jadi dia jadi Ali mungkin. Are they related? Intuitively, macam tak ada. Macam tak ada relation. Ali mungkin. Kan?
No.
No. And then, so maknanya Ali bila dia tak ada relation, dia can someone off their mic? Jadi kalau dia tak ada relation, maknanya dia sendirilah. Jadi of course kita letak Ali tu sendiri. Lepas tu kita ambil mungkin. Mungkin akan. Ada tak dia berhubungan? Are they related? I think so. Mungkin
Yes.
akan. Mungkin akan. Lepas tu kita tanya balik lagi. Mungkin akan bertanding. Are they related? Yes. So they are a constituent. Itu sebab kita buat bracketing tu. Itulah. Tetapi ayat ni tidak ada lagi. So kita pergi bertanding. Bertanding ni related tak dengan dalam? Bertanding dalam. Strictly tak ada. Strictly tak ada sebab dia kena ada yang lain-lain lah. Ya. So kita kata okay, bertanding dalam ni macam tak ngam lah, tak sekali lah. Lepas tu okay, so kita take note of that, then kita pergi dalam. Dalam pilihan raya, is it okay? Macam okay je kan? In fact, dalam pilihan raya kecil galas. So all this is pilihan raya kecil galas is a constituent. Dan dia berhubung dengan dalam pilihan raya. So you notice that how they are grouped together to form larger objects is based on our intuition. Sama ada dia related or not. If they are related, we put them together. If they are not related, we put them separate lah. So the question is, what adjacent elements which are not constituents? Adjacent ni maknanya side by side. Kalau dia duduk side by side, dan kita boleh kata dia berkaitan, dia related, then they are a group. But if they are side by side and they are not related, then they are actually separate groupings lah. Okay? And then the other one is order. How objects within a constituent are ordered with respect to one another, and how constituents are ordered with respect to one another. Jadi dari segi urutan order of occurrence. Macam saya cakap tadi, kalau nouns in Malay, kalau kita nak gabungkan kata nama dengan kata adjective, kita kata rumah merah, rumah tua, rumah besar. Jadi kita ada rumah sebagai kepala dia, saya panggil. Lepas tu penerang dia adalah besar. So kita ada noun and adjective. So that is an order in Malay. In English, when you want to say the noun, you say a big house. So in English, the kepala tu or the head goes to the back. All the adjectives come before the head lah. Jadi the order in English and the order in Malay or any other language is different. So we need to also take into account the order lah. Okay. So I'm just gonna stop there, and then maybe you want to do this exercise. You decide whether the sequences of words in bold form a phrase or not, based on your intuition about the meaning. So I'm just gonna cut for your session. Yeah, I'm gonna break the PowerPoint into this slide saja. And then you go, you do it, try and do it. And then next week we will talk about it lah, about the answer. And itulah the reading. I think right now you just based on the lecture notes lah. Okay, and I'll try to get the scan. I'm not sure. Try to get the scan. If you can scan, I can scan you pages from that book. Any question right now? I think we are about to finish. You have a class at 11. Oh, poor you. I don't know. I guess macam after 2 hours yesterday discussion online, maybe I'm old again, so I was mentally exhausted. But maybe you are younger and you can adjust to. It's quite exhausting kan mentally when you are listening. Even listening, I always sometimes attend meetings one after the other, and I find that online, mentally is very exhausting. So anyway, I'll try to figure out the whatever the apa tu yang tadi tu, the blackboard tu, whiteboard tu.
Oh yeah.
So that
Yeah,
next time,
whiteboard.
next time I can use it lah. Okay, so kalau kita tengok tadi kita kata apa, the quiz is not next week kan, it's the other week kan.
It's next week.
Oh, it is?
Right?
5.
Oh, it's next week
Yeah.
But it's going to be short questions lah. Short questions, examples that you analyze macam tu lah. Maybe some of the basic, some easy ones also like morphemes, but I will go into words.
Will it
And-
be like a multiple choice in your format?
No. I think short answers.
Oh, okay.
I have to look into the UKM folio and see what other formats they have lah. Because if it's a multiple choice, then I have to really prepare the alternatives, okay? So I'm not very
Yeah.
I'm not very good at that. So anyway, I think I'll end here, and later I'll put the recorded thing on the. I'll put it somewhere for you to access lah. Okay.
Doctor,
Yeah.
can we know got how many questions for the quiz?
Got how many questions?
Yeah.
I haven't set the question actually. So, but it will be within the hour lah, within 1 hour.
Okay.
Not very long lah.
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay. Bye. Bye everyone.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
doctor.
Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.